Hello, everybody. This is Rob Fredette with the podcast Hodgepod, and welcome another exciting episode. In this episode of Hodgepod, I have Numa. She is a recording artist in Italy. She is very famous in Italy, and I am really excited to talk to her about her music career. And Numa, welcome to Hodgepod. It's 12:30 in the morning there. You're at 5:30 here in Memphis. Thank you for joining me.
Actually, it's a pleasure. I am more lucid in the night than in the day, so it's a good time for me to tell you.
I'm a morning person. I go to bed early at night, so that's fine, but that's fine. Well, thank you for joining me. So first of all,
Thank you for having
just
me.
if you could, just give a brief introduction about yourself, and then we'll talk about your music career and a lot of good stuff.
So, I have to introduce myself because I rather the host do it for me. It's kind of easier because when you have to make your own curriculum, it's like you have to take it, say blah 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 of yourself. But my career is very long. I started since when I was young, like a little girl, immediately as a dancer, singer, showgirl, and then of course I improved my preparation, my studies. So I became producer, singer-songwriter, the artistic director, influencer, because then came the internet, the social media event, and then I become a coach, artistic director, because when you go ahead, you improve, you study, you also search your inside you what you want to be, what you want to learn, in which way you can impact in a positive way the audience. So it's a path. It's a long path, long
Yes,
journey.
you have a music career, but you mentioned something. You are a life coach and internationally certified teacher of the Louise Hay Heal Life Method, applying energy healing techniques to her music and artistic direction. So, music is a great healer, isn't it?
I think that is the cure. Of course, music depends on which way you want to use it. As anything in this life, humanity invent amazing things and then can become a weapon. So it's up to us the way we want to use. Our miracles, our capacity. And yes, music. If you use the music in a very, aware, in a very good way. With your heart, with your soul, when you want to really encourage people, improve people, tell stories that can empower, can give hopes, instead to use the audience like your personal bin of your sadness, of your problems, because sometimes that's what music it is. Also use people like a container, a rubbish
Mhm.
container, which are all your sorrow and all your internal screams, no, internal yelling or what you don't like. We just throw in the face our audience. And the audience, most of the times, you know what they do? They say, "Oh yes, I feel the same. You're right." And so there's a resonance turning something very nasty and nothing good. And then what I do is exactly the opposite. I use the power of the music, the power of the words, the power of the emotion to go beyond the separation distances, to use the emotion in a healing way, in a sweet way, in an empowering way, in a joyful way, in colorful way. And the
Mhm.
words become a mantra, because even a pop music, very easy pop music song, a mantra, because you sing the song when you are when you have a shower or when you drive a car. And it's very important that you sing in something that empower you and not make you angry.
Yes, music is a great, great equalizer. I've always said you can have a bad day and you can hear a favorite song of yours or a great song, and it can turn your mood all the way around to the positive, can it not?
It's absolutely like this. But once again, it's very important what you choose, because if you want to resonate in something that make you even more sad and me even more angry, or because we have this expression in Italy that we share, we feel ourselves. I say it, I have to find the right words. We recognize ourselves in the pain and sorrow or the others, and we feel in this way less lonely, and we think that this sharing make us a brother and sister, but this just empower the sadness and the anger, or the bad experiences. So once again, I keep saying, careful, which the power of the music is super super strong. We need to use the words, the mantras, the feelings, the emotion, the vibration of the song to feel better, not to feel worse, not to feel angry, not to recognize ourselves in a desperation, because sometimes music does also this one. This.
That is well said. You're a singer, songwriter, producer, artistic director, and TV personality, and you're also known as the self-empowerment singer.
Exactly.
Talk about that, please, because that is
That's
just from
what I'm
that's
doing
very
so far.
powerful.
True. That's basically because I already doing it, and I hope that my English is okay enough. But I will try to find the right words. I will do my best. The self empowerment is our capacity to really choose the best version of ourselves, to change the inner dialogue, which is sometimes I'm stupid, I will never enough, I will never make it, or just keep digging in terrible memories when our best friend or our father, our mother, our brother, or our environment told us something that shut us down, and so we believed it. And this is not self-empowerment. The self-empowerment is actually the opposite. When we actually choose every single day, not because we want to be positive and we deny that life is tough, or there are problems, or there are injustice, and that we actually choose every day in which side of the life we want to be. I mean, who we want to be, what we want to believe, what we want to reject. It is very, very important. And this is self-empowerment. I see in the self-empowerment because I tell to everybody, everybody, but especially to the women, to never, never, never give up, to never think that there is an age, there is a time, there is a kind of, the date expiring on the joy, or the love, or the career, or the improvement of our body, or our thinking. No, and I am an alive proof. If people wants to just join me in Instagram and see who I am, what I'm doing, the story of my life, they can honestly listen through my music, or just read on socials, even ask me directly, and they're gonna find out that I'm a life proof. I've been through so a lot, so a lot, and I always decided that I don't wanna die. I don't wanna you say nil. I don't accept the destiny. I do my own destiny. And I always made the best choices for myself and for the others. Music, of course, it's a powerful tool that helped me in first place for my changing, and then it gave me the braveness and inspiration to do the same things for the others.
I always say every day's a gift, no matter how bad it gets. Life is hard, life is a grind, but every day's a gift, and you should take it as that and be thankful for what we have in our lives. So I truly believe that you are right on the money with that. It's got to be positive. Sometimes there are times in life where we get things bad happen, or there's peaks and valleys, but we always are better for it. So that was very well put.
You say something absolutely wise and deep, more deep that sounds like, because we always talk about gratitude, and of course, sometimes it's hard to feel gratitude when everything seems really it's not going okay. Sometimes we feel the life is a kind of an enemy, or that we are born under the bad luck. I don't know, something like this. I mean, we start to believe weird things when life gets tough. And it's really a change of perspective, that we just only us we can do that. To really to see through things, to be able to really read through the lines, understand where is the lesson of what's going on, and that nothing happened against us, but for us. Because it is true. It's not a way, just way to say. It's absolutely true. And when we start to really ask to ourselves, this is going on, why? Why I resonate in my life? Resonate in these things in my life.
Mhm.
Why happened to me? Just by luck? Just accident? Just destiny? Which part of me allowed an abuse or an abandon or what we can call a failure, from where I can start again and better and changing probably my point of view, so I will change the result. I tell you, sometimes we really have people negative in our life, but I promise you that somehow we allow them to get in our life, and we need to be aware. As Ofra says, and always, and I follow Ofra from very, very many years, all my life long. And she keeps saying, if you have some friend called as close friend that doesn't empower you, doesn't encourage you, doesn't make you feel better, that is not a friend. And you have to read him away. Full stop. To me, she tell us every single day that many things are also our choices. Many things happen to us, and we must to make different choices for our life. That we must to protect ourselves, and we must choose what make us feel a better person, would improve us, and it is
Yes.
something serious to do.
Yes, I'm not a musician or entertainer, but in my line of work, I've always been told as I was coming up, surround yourself with great people, good people, and then you'll excel.
Thrive.
Don't be
You
around
will
the
thrive.
negative people. The 20% of negative people, they can be negative. Eliminate that noise and be around good people, great people. So excellent. I love
You
the way you
absolutely well
phrase that.
said. Absolutely well said. And you know what? It's less difficult than sounds like. Many people, because we need also to demystify another concept, which is sometimes we think that things are tougher and more hard to do than they actually are. Because
Yes.
once we take a decision, we make our choice, we become automatically stronger. We feel we don't, we're not hopeless anymore. We're not, we're not weak anymore, because it's the power of the choice, the power of the awareness. Is less difficult, less hard than we think. And I tell you, I've been through a terrible divorce. I tell you these things because maybe people when listen to me can say, yeah, of course, but you don't know what happened to me, my husband, my work, my money. I mean, because life can be challenging. I want to say to people, trust me. I had my problem to put food on the table. I had problem to raise up my daughter on my own. I had been terrible divorce. I had a terrible father, which is my enemy number one. I had a problem on my work when I was young. The usual blackmail, compromises, people that taking my place because I wasn't ready to do, and never been ready, fortunately, to do any kind of compromise. I mean, I've been through that. I saw it. I know what you're talking about. I hear you. I feel you. So don't worry, because when you stand up for your rights, you suddenly discover that you think to be weak, to be overwhelmed. And suddenly they say, wait a moment, am I so strong? Really, this guy is me. This woman is me. Yes, it's you. Because when you stand up for yourself, for your rights, to have a better life, and you want to help people to do the same, you become incredibly strong. And it is a power that you must discover inside your life.
Yes, I had a boss one time tell me, well, during a rough patch, he goes, "Feel sorry for yourself for 5 minutes and move on." And I've used that mantra for my life now since I heard that, years ago. "Feel sorry for yourself for 5 minutes and get over it." That's what he said. I said, "You know what? That's perfectly said."
It's perfectly safe, because feel sorry for ourselves, it is okay, because we need to have a compassion for ourselves. We don't have to beat us, I mean, terribly, because no, you don't have to cry. No, you don't have to feel pain. Of course, because it's a part of the process. But then move on as soon as
Yes,
possible.
absolutely. So let's talk about your music career. That was a great conversation. I really enjoyed that. So let's talk about your music. You've had 17 singles, 22 music videos. all translated into Italian, Spanish, and English. That is very, very impressive.
Yeah, now actually, by the way, I'm growing towards 20 singles, which people says I will asking, what do you mean? Why you doing singles? I mean, where are your albums? I mean, what you doing what you doing with the music? I tell you what I chose musically wise, I mean, it's been something really, really tough, and even more expensive and more difficult than put an album and put some songs, which is maybe on 10 songs, 5 are good, and the other one are okay. I don't do that. I mean, this is not my way to do. Any song is a single, which means that any song is a book. It's not even a chapter. It's a book. So there is a story, there is a meaning, there is a message, there is images, there is a powerful communication. My video clips, we take we need months for the editing. Even now we have AI, all these things, but we are, we are old fashioned school. Like, we really work on things, which means 10 cameras, 12 locations, proper acting, proper dancing, proper environment, and we do for real because we want that what the message is. It's real, powerful, authentic, and energetical. And so once again, I invite people to look my video clips and tell me if they like it, if they feel they feel encouraged, they feel happy, they feel empowered by the images, the messages, the words, the music, and everything. And so any single, it's a proper book. So when I launch, my promotion is made of this. It's made of talking, sharing, to encounter my audience, to use as a start the meaning of the song, and from then use it for the healing, energetical healing, what we were talking about. And I've been I was discovering a lot of messages during my journey, musical journey, because yes, I spoke about a woman that reborn from her ashes. Yes, I spoke about love. Yes, I spoke about brotherhood, the inner child. I spoke a lot of the braveness of. There's a song, for example, called "Never Give Up," which I invite people to see also the video clip, because careful, guys. I tell you what, when we did the video clip, the AI didn't exist. So what we did in that video clip was absolutely 6 months so hard work, because I represent a character like Princess Leila, Wonder Woman, Audrey Hepburn, and in a key which I tell this, I say that every dream can become real. All of us can become a daily hero, superhero, not like a cartoon. Just it's that all the characters are inside us in a daily basis. If you just want to, if you want to believe it, if you want to see it inside us. So it's a very nice message. It's called "Never Give Up." Super crazy, beautiful video clip that now once again people will say, oh, of course, AI, you're gonna do this in 2 days. What? 6 months cost it a fortune. So good to see it. And also during my journey, I also want to talk about the feminine also energy. So sometimes I represent a very sensual woman with a we want to show this kind of sex appeal, sensuality, not in a erotical meaning, but in erotic, by in a energetical meaning. Cioè, to tell to the women, stay in touch with your inner beauty, stay in touch with the power of your body, stay in touch with the beauty of your body, stay in touch with your health, stay in touch with your fitness, stay in touch with your sexuality and sensuality, because that is a life energy which makes you a goddess and make you feel forever young, forever strong. Disguise exactly the wrinkle, or you know what I mean, or we're not talking about a piece of skin or data. So we're talking about energy. So often I underline also that aspect of the woman or the women. For example, last
Fascinating.
video clip. Sorry, I said this because last video clip is it's underlined. This is called "Tú me vuelves loca." which is also an Italian version called the Tu mi fai impazzire, which means you made me crazy. And if you see this video clip, which I did in Miami, which is so happy and colorful and powerful and sexy and beautiful. Really, I'm in love with that video clip. I repeat for the audience, "Tu me vuelves loca," and you're gonna see that I represent this woman, very sexy, very sensual, very female, but in the same time, the same woman is jumping around with a pair of jeans and a hat, and start to hug people in the middle of the road, and start to dance with completely stranger, because this is the beautiful energy to, or the connection, no, with people, with the rest of the world. So I love to mix all these energies during the song. And in the meantime, you have to sing, you have to dance, you have to enjoy, you have to feel light, you have to be happy. And so this is a healing. Once again, it's a healing.
Yes, and, you had mentioned that the song you just mentioned, the videos for the track were filmed in Miami?
Yes, I tracked in Miami, and it's been one of with Luca Bizzi, my director, which is actually the director of all my video clips, especially "Never Give Up," the super top video which I mentioned before. And honestly, I was with my team, and we did and we've been filming for over 5 days, and we've been whole. Everywhere, the most beautiful places in the Bay, on South Point, on downtown, and we did and we really want to tell, we want to just to describe and transfer the energy or the beauty or the colors of Miami, or the freedom, the Florida, of the sea, the people, you know what I mean, very inclusive, beautiful, because we meet people with any color of their skin, any kind of different culture, and yes, sensuality, la femminilità, femininity, correct? I mean,
Mhm.
in a message that has to really empower you, empower your eyes, empower your heart, empower your body. Just look at it with a very simple, easy, fun song that says, you really drive me crazy, baby, and I feel you, that you like me, I feel that you want me. Can be, I mean, very simple words, but in the end of the day, they're very effective. You know what I mean? Because when you feel that the joy of the song, you start
Yeah.
to dance, your body start to be excited, your mind is happy, it's light. This is healing.
I'm not a dancer, but I can get into music, so I love music. I worked in Miami for 3 years, so I love South Florida. It's awesome there.
Oh, don't tell me. I'm going back to my. I know that I go in Miami every month of my life. I'm going now. In the end of the on the end of the I go to Los Angeles as usual, because I do my work and my event. I sing, I do interview shooting, and then straight away to my Miami. Every month of my life, people really ask me, "What you doing? Are you crazy?" To me, it's a journey from Italy, yeah. And I stayed in Miami 10 days. Last time I've been 40 days straight away in line in the row. But at least 10 days in Miami every month of my life. I sing there, of course, but even if I don't sing every day. The other days, what I do, I just breathe the energy, and
Yes.
drink the energy of the sun, because I'm alcohol free, so I drink, metaphorically. I mean, the energy of Miami.
Yes, I love it down there, and I grew up in the Northeast in Massachusetts, and my first Thanksgiving there, I stayed there. I didn't go home, and I stayed at my friend's, ate Thanksgiving, and we were hanging out by the pool. It was definitely different for me, but that's why I love it. It's just totally
Uh,
different down there. It's awesome.
it's a complete, you know what? It's completely different there. It's a completely different life. Once again, it's always a matter of choices, not because it, as any place in the world, you have to. It's up to you what kind of life you want to do. I mean, if you want to really get wild or you just want to enjoy, I mean, the fitness and other kind of powerful energy of Miami. There is every once in a month, the month there is the dance under the moon, the full moon, and everybody goes on the beach and the family, dogs, everybody, and with the percussion, and we all dancing in on the beach under the moon until the moon is very up, for example. Or you wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and you see the sunrise, and then you see people that make yoga, there is open gym free for everybody. I mean, it's a matter of choices, unless you can
Yeah.
well, you want a completely different life, but it's not that kind of life. Is not for me. I like the other kind of life.
Well,
You know,
uh, what I'm
I'm
gonna
not
do.
boring, yeah. I'm pretty crazy, but I'm crazy on my own. I don't need alcohol, drugs, all this stuff. I mean, the drug is my inside my veins automatically.
That's okay. That's great. When I put the podcast out, I'll have all of Numa's website, Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify handles that you can link up. Her website is www.numa official.com. So after this podcast, you can get on, or while you're listening, you can go on her website. You're also very popular in Italy. I've seen some videos. You're on TV shows there, and I've seen
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome. My wife is Italian, and her family, her mother and her family were from Italy as well. So I've never been there, but it's pretty neat from what I
You got
understand.
to go. I mean, you got to go. Maybe your wife or your mother saw me, because I did a very popular TV show, and I keep doing it in Italy. They are connected with the pure entertainment, which my role, which I say proudly, is the one to try to tell people, help people to read through the lines when it's a matter of gossip, music, events about the communication, entertainment. I'm there to try to put them, to give them the tool to don't be played, to understand exactly how the entertainment works, what they read on the newspaper, what they mean, that kind of music in which way it's been done, that kind of artist how can be good. I mean, and it's a very interesting my role, because it is a very delicate, you know what I mean, very sensitive role, because I can. Uh, I have to be careful what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
I have that kind of power, and the power that I want to use, I have to be a power that help people to feel better, to make better choices music wise, and also make better choices from what they want to hear from the TV programs, what they really want to accept, invite, in kind of somehow swallow. You know what I mean? Because sometimes many things are not true. And I am kind of the voices. I'm kind of they call me also as a judge, so I have the responsibility to tell them, hey, careful, this is a fake news. Careful, this doesn't work like this. These are the situations you have a better quality for yourself. So it's a kind of bigger responsibility, but I'm very proud on that.
Yes, talk about too. You've also been involved in a song and project, "The Promised Land," a song and dedicated to supporting people fleeing poverty and war. It was done in Italian. Talk about that song because war is horrible, but talk about that song and what inspired it.
I mean, Promised Land is a project that we joined with UNICEF, international and national. In fact, there is an English version and Italian version. UNICEF gave us images, real images, original images that you can see the activity under the bombs, when you can see people escape with the children on the arms, and you can see the disruption and the desperation, but also you can see the activity, which means the generosity, which means the actual material, concrete action from many people, volunteer that goes there to help people to have a kind of a shelter and helping in such a terrible situation. The songs itself, the meaning and the lyrics, the music is completely devoted, dedicated to this, to tell to people the promised land, that we all have a promised land. I mean, this is the war is such a hypocrite hypocrite tool because we all have a promised land. We all want a promised land. We all want to have a safe home. We all have the right to have a school and children, future
Mm.
and peaceful environment. So the fact that we go in another places to say, hey, no, wait a moment. I mean, me have more right than you to be happy and safe. That obviously that is a craziness of the humanity. You say, what can do the music? The music can do a lot because we noticed many times that even when we did a live aid, when we did a lot of charity event, how many money we can raise, how many conscious, how many mind, how many heart we can wake up, how many boundaries we can shut down because the music goes go beyond. So that's why we need to do also through music. We have to write and sing and communicate and transmit these messages also through the music because the music has a power, especially if you see an event on the UNICEF and which is worldwide, and there comes this theme that says that we are love, we are brothers, and we need to, and we believe that the promised land it's a right to everyone. It's not just words, you see. It's a message, it's energy, it's a concept, it's a statement
Mhm.
that when many people stand up and singing and say and declare this, it's become something very powerful. So yes, I believe the power of the music, even when it's devoted in such a difficult cases like this one.
When you were talking about it, you right before you said Farm Aid, Live Aid, I thought about Live Aid right when you said that. I remember when Live Aid came out in 1985 when all the artists around the world got together and did the song. It was quite a collaboration. It's truly tremendous what music can do when people get together and take care of, what they're supposed to do. But yeah, that's a great way of putting it. So talk about how did you get into music? How did you get into music and were there any inspirations for you when you got
I
into
just
music?
born like that. As Lady Gaga says, I'm born in this way. I mean, Lady Gaga was absolutely correct. I mean, you're born in this way. I mean, it is not you can't help. I mean, I remember myself at 2, 3 years old, just jumping on the bed of my grandmother my brush in the hand in front of the mirror singing. So I mean, and I remember myself just running around, and then when I was at school, just to try to entertain the kids and make them smile, make them feel better. It's interesting in my specific case that my need always been to make feel people better. Was not really just look at me, how much I'm dancing, how much I'm singing, jumping around, and my voice, how many octave can reach. I have to be honest to you, I've never been like that. I mean, it's not my case. I always been more interested to make feel people better and do through me. I mean, I was the tool, and the best. And I noticed that in my personal case, my best way to convey this intention to make people feel better was using myself, using my voice, using my body, using my creativity, using my ideas. And then I start immediately to write songs, to write lyrics, to put together, the play of the school, the play of the theater close by, the area where I was living. And then, increasing, improving, then study. Then leaving for America very young, that keep studying. So doing a lot of auditions, and then experiment myself, and then go on stage, and then see that when I pick up the microphone, people start to cry sometimes, or beautiful emotion, or smile, or hug me, or really get emotional. I said, oh, wow. So which means that what I feel is real because it's so real that touch the heart of the other people. So what I'm doing probably makes sense. And so then I push myself in creativity and experiment. And I'm very proud. You know what? Because I'm a woman. I born in different era, which means that it wasn't that easy for me because the women were not considered. Still, they're not. I can tell you, but in my time, even worse. I have to fight. Really fight for door in the face, and people. Once again, compromises. People they're always asking you something in return, or you have to have money that you don't have because I'm born a simple person. So I used to pay my dance school or buy a pair of shoes. So I didn't have much choices. So I have to obviously I didn't buy the new pair of shoes. I used to buy my dance school, and I've always really fought to be myself. To a woman at that time that was writing books, so there was writing a story or a play for the theater. There was telling stories that can be also socially useful. Believe me, at the time wasn't that easy at all. And then that's why I grown up in this way. I become an independent producer. I become the entrepreneur on myself. I have to. Didn't have other choice because otherwise the compromise was too big. And so I carry on until I did conquer on the field the trust of very good people, which they were not interested by any compromises, just the quality. That was the key moment for my life because, yes, I started to work with people extremely important and good. They just chosen me disguise how many followers or stupidity like that. And now, of course, nothing is real. So who cares? I mean, we still look at the stuff, but it's stupid, no? Because nothing is real. And they were just interested about my quality. So I found myself to write songs with a guy called Peter Godino, which I respect him till my heart. There was the play with Depeche Mode. I find myself to have a song collaboration close by Trevor Horn. He's one of the most incredible producers in the world. And I had the honor to be around him and see his way to work and learn so much from him. And I had so much to see it and to share, once again to learn. And then I wrote a song with Alan Clark that is a Dire Straits guy, original guy member, which one of the most incredible composer in the world, and then Phil Palmer, and so on and on and on. But things that I conquered on the field, just and only with my determination to be good and to learn and to prove that I was good.
Yes, that's you had mentioned, yeah, being around those folks there obviously is huge, and, you mentioned some pretty heavy hitters in the music industry. I remember growing up in the '80s, and I was watching MTV, and videos were like the social media back then. We really didn't have anything but MTV TV, and,
Yeah.
now we can get everything on our phone, and we can see it immediately, so that just goes to show you how far music has come. But talk about the videos that you make. Are they fun or is it hard work?
Oh, terrible hard work. That's what I say. That it's a joyful hard work. One, I want to say to our audience that we come from zero, which means that everything we did, we conquered. The music was still played by hands, not by computer. When in that time was we didn't have even the digital. We were analogical. Imagine.
Mhm.
So no super cut, super effect because it wasn't technically possible. So the song were still are wrote by not a computer but by me and by us, and with the guitar, voice, ideas, piano, and if you don't like it, you start over again. You don't ask to ChatGPT to do for you. And the lyrics is your story, and not ChatGPT that developed three words that become a book. Me and we are from the old school. And then once again, the video clip that we do with the camera on the shoulder, and we go on the road and we do proper editing and we work very hard. And now I'm so proud of this because I want the story. It's completely real. It's mine. It's true, and it's my heart that talk with other hearts. And sometimes I'm daring. Sometimes I'm brave. Sometimes I am sensual. Sometimes I'm deep. Sometimes I'm just light because life is made of all these aspects, and we need to be able and brave enough to show the aspect that can be the music, which means the message, which can be the emotions, that can be the stories that we want to tell. So I invite people to really to get to know me, especially now that I am starting my career in America, which I want to say that is really, really rewarding. Since I start my career in America, it's been a magical moment. And I'm surprisingly and honestly didn't even expect that people can really understand so deeply my message and my music and myself. And I'm so grateful. And once again, not surprised because of course I was hoping that that's going to happen, but extremely grateful. But the feedback that I have in America is amazing, and so I say thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart for the people that join me now, that listen to my music, that contact me on social media, that want to know me and trust me. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to put all your information on my podcast. And America loves music. We are huge consumers. Everybody, that's like the obvious, but we just love music of all types here in the United States.
I love that because that's the beauty because it is a free country for also under many aspects. I mean, obviously that we all have a problem. So in any country we have a lot of problems about freedom, but in some way America has the freedom to really do and what they feel and follow what they feel and make choices. So thank you to choose me and give me the chance to reach you and tell you my story and so share. And then that's allowed me to work in America. To work, the right word is to stay in America as much as possible. So maybe one day can become a work as well. Hopefully.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this has been a tremendous, tremendous honor to have you on my podcast. Numa, you are now you're past 1 a.m. in Italy, and I want to be very respectful of your time. I know you were gracious enough to join me on this podcast. I loved your message on life and then music, how it's all intertwined, and your experiences. And really honored that you came on. And thank you so much.
I hope that my English is bit good enough to be understood. I did my best.
It
I
was
remember the
perfect.
audience that I'm Italian, but I do really my best to improve my
Hey,
English as much as possible.
you, it was perfect. And hey, Spanish, Italian, and English. I only know English, so you got me beat. But it was perfect. It was perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you much for having me. Thank you much. Thank you very much to your audience. And I wish you all on my social media, on my Spotify, my YouTube, on my Instagram. But please be visible. I mean, say knock knock. It's me, Numa. I have this question for you or this comment for you. So show me that you're there. And now we'll be back to you 100%.